Sir, we'll start.
Okay, sir.
Okay, sir.
Yes, sir. Good morning, one and all. I am Professor V.D. Kamble welcomes you on behalf of this webinar series, and especially it is organized by our Garda Foundations, Garda Institute of Technology, Department of Civil Engineering. And as you have heard various messages and from various reference sources, you have got the information about this corresponding webinar series. And first of all, before starting the precious inauguration ceremony, I would like to introduce, or I would like to highlight some of the objective points that you are going to learn from this corresponding webinar series. As you have got information from our prospect or brochure, that this webinar series is specially organized by our civil engineering department for the diploma students of civil engineering, as well as this webinar series is beneficial to the 12th science students also. They can also participate. Most of the students have given a very good appreciative response by registering this corresponding webinar. And second important highlight is nothing but the entire webinar series consists of daily 2-hour session. And in this daily 2-hour session, 2 resource person will deliver a session on the topics that are related mostly to the skills and career prospects for civil engineers. And third important objective is different career opportunities in the field of civil engineering. You are going to learn in this corresponding seminar, as well as different essential skills that are required to become a successful civil engineer in future, also shared with the respective expert person from a specialized field, as well as daily certain advancement is ongoing in the different fields. Similarly, what are the advancement, what are the modifications that are currently practicing by the different civil engineers, and what are the corresponding modifications or advancement in the field of civil engineering will also shared with us. This is nothing but simply what I have done. I have explained the highlight or objective. 100% you are going to get the benefit, and you are going to learn all the aspects, career aspect and important skill that are necessary to become a successful civil engineer. I hope that you will enjoy the next session, and as it is an inauguration ceremony, I will take an opportunity to invite our principal, Dr. Gharat sir, to say a few words about this corresponding webinar event. Over to you, Gharat sir.
Thank you. Kamble sir, hello. Am I audible?
Sir, you are audible.
Sir, you are audible.
Okay. For students and for civil engineers, Raigad Ratna. I hope all of you are aware about this NAINA project, which is going to come. Lots of civil engineer jobs opportunities. Me about the recent projects, and also what
Sir, your voice is breaking up.
this the skills breaking up, maybe. Yeah. Okay, so what I will switch off my video so that
Now,
So
now
considering
sir,
that,
you are
I think
audible.
this
Huh.
student will also enjoy, and I think this will be really good platform for me. So I wish all the best and faculty member from the department and the coordinator for inviting.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, Dr. Garat sir. Now I take an
Thank you so
opportunity to invite our head of the department, Civil Engineering Department, Dr. S.K. Patil sir, to share their words about this corresponding event. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Kamlesh sir. Uh, Hello, all the students. I believe there are many students who are in this webinar are willing to take admission in civil engineering. Mainly they belong to diploma colleges with various regions in nearby Konkan. And we took an opportunity to showcase a session which will be highlighting the job opportunities, careers in civil engineering. The main objective from this session is there are many branches. If you have covered diploma, you know that there is a subject quantity survey estimation, water resource, environmental engineering, even AutoCAD, structural engineering. There are many subjects in civil engineering, and every subject is itself a career. So through this webinar, we wanted you to highlight, showcase what are the prospects of particular job with respect to civil engineering. What happens is when everybody wants to be a civil engineer, even their parents, they have a notion that if my boy girl is becoming civil engineer, they will be mainly working in the construction of a building. But civil is not related with only buildings. There are sub branches where a person can live and work for lifetime and still he will be learning new thing on daily basis. So I think you will be certainly getting information throughout these sessions, and I advise you to attend all the sessions for next 3 days. Thank you very much. Over to you, Kamlesh sir.
Hello,
Kamlesh
sir.
sir.
Patil sir. हाँ सर.
हाँ सर, मी ऐकू आलं, मी बोलत होतो. हा माझं
Sir, you are not
सेशन
audible.
माझं बोलत.
हाँ हाँ येते सर. हाँ
सर माझा आवाज आला का नाही आतापर्यंत बोललो ते.
थोडासा ब्रेक झाला सर.
हॅलो.
हा ब्रेक होतो सर.
स्पीच झालं, ऐकू आलं.
भोसले सर माझं बोलणं ऐकू आलं.
हो हो, स्पीच ऐकू येत होतं सर.
अच्छा ओके. माझ्या मते कांबळे सर तुमच्याकडे नेटवर्कचा प्रॉब्लेम दिसतोय. जस्ट रेक्टिफाय इट अँड कंटिन्यू विथ द नेक्स्ट ऍक्टिव्हिटी.
Okay. Thank you so much, Head of the Department, Dr. S.K. Patil sir. And now I take an privilege that first session is based on advanced Excel technique in quantity estimation, and the inauguration ceremony, I declare that it is over. And now I take an privilege to introduce our chief guest for the session number 1. And for the session number 1, our chief guest we are having is an expertise, and the surname is nothing but Ade BT sir is available with us for sharing their thoughts on the topic advanced Excel techniques in quantity estimation. Sir has completed diploma and degree in civil engineering and post graduation in construction management. Sir is certified Microsoft project professional, Oracle Primavera specialist, and sir has an 20 years of huge experience in training, consultancy, and teaching. Sir, as I have explained already, expert in Primavera, MS Project, MS Office, MS Excel, AutoCAD, and BIM. Ade sir has served the construction industry for more than 4 years and later joined teaching and training. Sir is currently providing consultancies in project planning, scheduling, monitoring, and controlling. Ade sir has worked as an head in PGP in CPM at Infinity Institute since 1st June 2019 and head of the short-term certification program since 1st June 2016 to 31st May 2019. Sir is worked as an assistant professor at VIT Institute Pune, India since 2004 to 31st May 2016. Ade sir is work as a visiting faculty at MIT Institution and MIT College of Management for the postgraduate students of construction management. He is a trainer for more than 40 programs for engineers and managers from civil industry and students of civil engineering. Sir is work as a site in charge at Marvel Realtors Pune, India during 2000 to 2004. And lastly, sir is expertise in the applications of Primavera Microsoft Office project for project planning, scheduling and control, estimation, rate analysis using MS Office Excel as well as advanced Excel and AutoCAD and BIM. And major clients for Sir institutes are, Sir companies are Shapoorji and Pallonji, Public Work Department, Golfer Engineering, and many more. I welcome Ade sir for this auspicious event of webinar series on skill and career prospects of civil engineers. And it is a perfect opportunity for us to have a guest or research person like you who has a huge experience in the field of civil engineering. Welcome you, Ade sir. Now I will request Ade sir to start their session. Ade sir, over to you, sir.
Okay. Thank you, Kamble sir, and thank you, management, principal sir, HOD, all faculties, and welcome all participants. I hope I'm clear and I'm audible to everyone.
Yes, sir, you are audible.
Okay, thank you. So during the session, that if you have any query, so requesting to everyone that you please put your query or the questions in a chat box so that I can just deal with all queries in between or at the end. Okay, and if any interruptions, you please bear with us. Maybe we can't say whenever we are using internet at that time, we cannot predict 100%, and so that you please bear with us for a few seconds. I will try to just resume back. Already, sir has given my introduction, so I will not waste my time to give all this introduction. But whenever we are dealing with any clients, almost all clients, they are using softwares in their respective areas. But one common thing I have observed that 99.9% all industry, they are using Excel. And today what we are going to discuss, we will discuss about the introduction about Excel, job opportunity for fresh graduate students or the students, those who want to make a career in civil engineering. Preferably whenever you are approaching for the job, if you have the certification, either you have completed a diploma or degree, and when you are asking for the job, the first question company will ask what you know about civil engineering or what you know about your own field. As Patil sir has mentioned that there are so many fields, but as a career that you select any field in which you have interest. I do agree that you are looking only for money at this stage, but for time being, keep money aside. Ask a simple question to yourself. In which area you would like to enjoy? But at the same time, if you don't know which are the area, you can just explore on Google. You can meet with the expert people, those who are working in industry, understand, and then try to match your expertise with the industry. I have seen, sorry, I have seen so many students that they are just spending time, or I can say that sometimes it's a wasting time only for the competitive exam. And after 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, if they are not successful, then they are starting career again in a civil engineering. I'm not against any competitive exam, but understand here, if your interest is not matching with what you want to do, in that case, you will waste your time. So we will discuss about the job opportunity and the skill requirement, basically the application of the Excel in estimation and billing, application of Excel in construction management. Then I will provide the demo with the help of one live example so that we can understand. And I will brief about the company, the services which we are providing. And at the last, we will have a question answer session. So again, requesting to all participants, you please be open. Nothing will happen. At the end of this webinar, you should not go with the confused mind. Whatever the doubt that you will have, you just be open and get the solution. So let me just start introduction on Excel. This is very powerful tool. And if you see in any department, and preferably I'm talking about construction department, you can see here, it can be used. For example, it's a quantity survey, then how to prepare the budget, used in a contracts. Sometimes you have to use in a design. There are softwares available for all these areas, but Excel is the beginning to start working with the help of any software. Then quality control, where you can just use how to check the quality of all these items. In execution, you have to prepare what has happened at the end of the day in the form of daily progress report or monthly progress report. Project management, it's a huge area. Though it's just a single, or it's just a 2 words, but it's a huge area. But yes, definitely Excel is being used. There are other areas like environment, transportation, where you have to find out all these quantities and you have to produce it. Now, which are the skills you need if you want to make a career as a estimator or quantity surveyor? Number 1, you should understand the principles of measurement. And this is little bit, I'm just making some bold statement, but friends, understand that when you have learned the quantity surveying and at the end of the course, if you are unable to convert unit from, maybe convert the unit, maybe the number from one unit to another unit, in that case, there is no need to learn anything. This is the basic problem, because most of the students, which I have observed, unable to convert from one unit to another unit, which are the local unit, which are the international unit. For example, 1 brass is equal to how many square feet, 1 brass is equal to how many cubic meter, 1 meter is equal to how many inches are there. So these are all the basic things, not a big deal, but the principles of measurements that we require. And whenever you are talking about the skill, means perfect. Perfect means 100% perfect, because when you are dealing with the quantities, it directly relate to the cost of the project. If you are making a small mistake, in that case, it's a huge impact on companies' budget and revenue. Then you should understand how to find out the quantities. But before finding the quantities, that you should understand, or you should able to read the drawing correctly and interpret it correctly. You should not just spend your time to just drafting the any drawing with the help of the AutoCAD. AutoCAD, you can use it to just read the drawing and interpretation. As an engineer, that we must know what is given in the plan, elevation sections, and how to take out all these quantities. Bar bending preparation, where you are going to find out the steel. Steel is a costly item in a construction industry, and so that you have to find out how much steel is required, at which phase we require all the steels. Rate analysis, it's directly impact with the costing part. Preparation of the budget, not only the preparation of the budget, you have to prepare the budget, how much budget is allocated, then you have to monitor and track. Running bill of the contractors, the contract management. So these are the skills that you require if you want to make a career as a quantity surveyor or as a contract. No doubt it will take time. You should have experience. Through experience, you can learn. But in the beginning, whenever you are starting your career, you should be thorough, or you should understand about application of Excel in all areas. So let me just explain you first of all. In case of the budget, if you just see here, the budget will be prepared by compiling all the quantities. But the quantity that you will get it from, you have to find out the quantity. To find out the quantity, you have to go for the measurement sheet, and you have to refer the different format. You have to prepare the rate analysis. So quantity multiplied by rate, you will get the summary level, and all summary items will go for the budget. You can see on a screen. I hope my screen is visible. I'm audible. I will check in between. Just respond me, sir. Am I audible?
Yes, sir. You're audible.
Okay, fine. So this is the budget. As a estimator, you have to produce a correct budget. But how to derive, how to get all these quantities, it's an interlink. But ultimately, the top management, they are interested that how much is the overall cost of the project. So the figure which you can see here at the bottom, that what is the overall cost? And out of this overall cost, how much is the cost which goes to, which are all these major items? For example, you can see here, this is the major item which is going for the RCC part, then the masonry, then the flooring and skirting and so on. So why this is required? Because for the management, they have to make the provision of the costing part, and they should know that how much is the overall cost of the project. There are some cross check, and these are all the values we can just verify whether your cost is in a threshold, or it's up to the limit, or it's going more than the limit. The budget that you have to prepare, and after completion of all this estimation part, that you will have your own thumb rule. Thumb rule means these are all these tentative parameters through which you can find out all the costing part. And after completion of this, you can find out, for example, the budget which I'm going to share you. This is for the project, one of the project, which is parking plus 11-story building. And for that, you are observing the budget, the plan elevation sections. This is the project which is in Pune, and the budget was prepared, the estimation was done. And here you can see, if I just take it cement, you can see on a screen that the cement, this is 0.24 bags per square feet. If you just take the area of any building, and if you just find out here total area of the building, so in that case, I need 0.24 bags per square feet. You just figure out all this built up area, multiply by 0.24, you will get number of cement bags. So this is not a constant or universally acceptable. This can be changed project to project, but you have to derive. Same thing for the steel. Generally here, it will range for any project. It will be ranged from 2.5 kg to 4.5 kg per square feet. So this is the thumb rule. But this thumb rule you can derive provided that you have completed the estimation for number of projects. When you are just coming back to this, the costing part, obviously that we need the BOQ, bill of quantities, where you have all these items, unit and the quantities. You can see on the screen that here I have arrived with the quantity, but how I can find out these quantities? For these quantities, I have taken it from, just remember this one so that I can just try to just connect. This quantity has taken from the detailed costing part, where you can just put out all these activities, find out all this, maybe the overall. This activity again, if I just go back to excavation, so I have done all the excavation, including the area and the depth, and so I have arrived all these items. Like this, at the bottom, you can see there are so many items are available, and for every item, you have to do all this breakup. You have to find out all this steel quantities, and at the bottom, you will arrive with the quantities. If I just summarize in Excel, so you can see here, I can identify, I can see the overall quantity of the steel as well as the concrete, and at the bottom, I will get all the summary part. This is required for any project because, as I mentioned, that there is no chance for the maker mistakes. So for every atom, you have to go in detail and you have to find out, for example, for PCC, the concrete, then the steel, all atoms that you can do, and ultimately that you will get the summary of all atoms and all these quantities. Okay, so this is one parameter through which you can find out all these quantities. The second part, which I want to just show here, sorry, bar bending schedule. This is the bar bending schedule, which is again we have to prepare. It's a rigorous task, but yes, here you can reduce the wastage and you can find out how much exact quantity we require to complete any project. You can just show here this is, or you can just maybe just put a bar shape, and ultimately from this bar bending schedule, what you will get, how much steel that you need for 8 mm, 10 mm, 12 mm, so on and so forth. And ultimately that, for example, I need this much quantity, but whatever the quantity that you need, are you going to purchase at a time? Obviously no, because it's a costly item and you have to plan how much steel I need. But ultimately, unless you get the overall quantity, you cannot go for the purchase. But definitely that you can make a career as to prepare the bar bending schedule, but that must be accurate. To prepare the bar bending schedule, what you need, again, go back to the main source. First of all, you must know how to read all this structural drawing, understand the provision of the steels, then the stirrups, then the bend, then the IS codes, how much deduction that we have to do for all the steel part that you should know, and then you can find out the steel quantities. Friends, you understand this is a very serious and you can prepare it. Excel is very dynamic, very dynamic. There is no limitations that how many rows should be there, how many columns should be there, but ultimately that you can complete entire estimation of any project. Though it's a 10th floor or maybe the 30th floor or 35, whatever, that is not the restriction. But with the help of this Excel, how to organize everything. You should not just make any column anywhere. It should be properly formatted. It can be understandable by a third person. At that level, you have to produce and you can prepare the Excel sheet. The beauty of this Excel sheet, we can prepare the rate analysis. And this is very important because that can be applicable to fill up the tenders, to understand what is the atom rate for each and every atom of any construction activity. I'm going to show you the demo about the rate analysis and you can prepare it. For example, this is the rate analysis. Ultimately that all the rate will get changed. You are doing the rate analysis for which project, and these are all the standards. For example, tools and plants, water charges, electricity. You decide how much profit I need, whether I want to earn 10% or 12% profit, that you decide. As per that, you will get the rate. This is the rate analysis. You decide whether you want to go for MK system or foot pound system. Here I'm going to show you in MK system. So this is the list where you can put the list of all current material rate. And for time being, you please understand the current rate which I have given 300. Later on, I'm going to change it. Just remember. So you prepare all the list of materials, their current rate. Similarly, you have to put the labor rate, which are all these labors required on a site. You can put their current rate. After that, directly you can enter here in an atom list. In this atom list that you will have all these atoms. For time being, I will show you here, for example, PCC. And if I'm just going here, PCC. So here what I will get the rate analysis for PCC for all grades. Example, PCC, the proportion is 136. And you can see here the cement, the rate is taken 300. And this is the cost. 3,678 is the cost. This is including the labor, the material, and the profit. Now, just you remember this 3678. Now, if I'm going to change the material rate, for example, as of now, we have 300 and we got the rate that is 3678 per cubic meter. If I'm going back and if I'm changing the cement rate, for example, here cement rate is not 300, it's a 325. For example, just I'm giving example. If you are changing all these atoms, in that case, definitely that you can refer, you can check again the atom list, go back to PCC. The earlier rate was with the consideration of 300, but now it's a 325, and now you can observe that the rate has changed, right? So each and every atom you can just change it. It's very dynamic, and not a single atom. Just you can see at the bottom for the different proportions, you can figure out, you can find out the rate. You can see here for this M15 cement concrete with this proportion, you can figure out, you can find out the rate, and so on. So there are so many atoms for each and every grade. You can prepare the rate analysis. This is required when you are taking a contract, subcontractor, how much rate I should quote. And at that time, if you're not getting the time, you prepare the rate analysis for each and every atom. Like this, I will show you the concrete, all atoms. Let me again just go here for the earthwork, for whatever the atom that you have, excavation in ordinary soil, medium soil, or hard soil. So each and every rate that you will get it, this is a one-time job, and just you have to change the current rate of this labor and material. So we have just observed the earthwork, concrete. Then similarly, that you can just see for the block work, you can prepare the rate analysis for all block work having different thicknesses. Here it's given here masonry 23 centimeter thickness, wall thickness 15 centimeter, and so on. So you can prepare all this rate analysis like this for the plastering, the flooring, dado, waterproofing, and so on and so forth, right? So you can see on the screen. So these are all, this rate analysis is very, very, very important, because everything is revolving around the money. And whenever you are quoting any rate, that you have consider your profit, and obviously that you will try to just maybe do the work as per the given contract values. But how to save it, that also it's again different strategy. But yes, definitely as an estimator, as a contract person, that you should be ready with the rate analysis. How to prepare this rate analysis is a different part, but understand what you can do with the help of the Excel. Okay, so that was about the rate analysis. Sir, any questions so far at this point?
Not yet, sir.
Okay, so I'm just moving ahead. So these are the few examples which I have shown for the quantity survey. Let us go for the construction management. If you want to make a career as a construction manager or the planning engineer, these are the skills required. You should be able to develop the schedule. Schedule is not just only for 10 activities. There will be 1,000, 5,000, 10,000 activities will be involved in a construction activities. Which activity I should start, when I should start. So all this part that you, first of all, you have to plan in Excel. Understand, softwares are available, but whenever you are providing any input to the software, if you just take any software, if you are providing input 100%, you will get the output. Software will not ask you whether the data is correct or it's wrong. No. So understand that whenever you are using any software, first of all, you have to decide the strategy, how to complete any project. In that case, you need Excel sheet. How to prepare. Example, I'm just giving example so that you can understand. My handwriting is very bad. You please bear with me. Okay, so for example, this is your plot area, and from this plot area, this area is to be excavated. This is the in, this is out. And when you are starting the excavation of this point, you will put here one excavator at this point and one excavator at this point. But the question is come, why you are putting only 2 excavator? Why not 3 excavator? Why not 4 excavator? How much is the overall quantity? Again, quantity will come. For the quantity, you have to go back again, estimation. You must know what is the output of a machine per day, and so that you are going to, or you are able to find out the duration. So all this part, that whenever you are developing any plan, for that you have to use Excel. Then the cash flow, as I mentioned, that throughout the project, how much is the cost we need? You should be able to prepare, monitor and control about the cost, scope and the time. you must know the project management software. But again, I'm telling you that if you don't know any software in the world, don't worry. But if you know the Excel, that is much enough. Otherwise, most of the engineer, what they think, I will learn this software and so that I will become a planning engineer. Absolutely wrong. Just by learning any software, you cannot become a planning engineer. For that, you should have an attitude. You have to develop the skills. Then you can go for the construction delays, the communications and the reporting part that you understand. And to understand again, application of Excel in project management, these are all the areas, and I will just try to explain you with the help of this example. We can see on a screen that the top management, they are interested that the progress of the project, how much is the overall project, how much is the percent completed for the plinth work or maybe RCC work or for the steel work, that you can figure out all the percentage. You can find out how much cost you spent. Similarly, that you can go for example, this is, I'm just showing here in Excel, the organization chart. Just see here for any construction project, the hierarchy start from maybe the board of director to any private construction, that this is the hierarchy. I have just given simple example so that you can understand. If you are working as a junior engineer as an execution, then you should be able to handle, this is a figure which is given tentatively, that so that approximately that you have to handle around 240 or 250 people on site. I'm just talking about at the large scale, not the local construction where you have to handle 10 to 5 or 5 to 10 people. No, this is not this is a very small thing. Go for the big one. Then you will become a senior engineer, the construction manager, then the project manager. The capability of the project manager is to handle around 1,000 people. Just to imagine how busy that person is. But it's not expected that the project manager has to go. And why I'm showing, go at the site and just look it here. Why I'm showing all this hierarchy, but you understand that everybody can understand how is the flow, how is the communication of any organization, and you can see your position, how to move from one position to other position, which are the skill set required. Then your entire project, you can break down to the sub part. For example, if I have my project, then I will just divide this in a structure, substructure, earthwork, and so on. I hope the English is okay for everyone. I forgot to just ask the question to all participants. Is it okay to just continue in English, or I can just mix with English and Hindi? Sir?
Yes, sir, it's okay. You can talk in Hindi or English, no problem.
Okay, fine. Ultimately, whatever I want to communicate, that has to be reached to each and every participant. यहाँ पे अपना जो कुछ बिल्डिंग रहेगा, that entire building हमें break करना पड़ता है for the controlling purpose. So you can prepare, and यहाँ से पूरा देखने के बाद we can understand the overall scope of the project. हमें project में क्या क्या करना है. For example, हमें सब स्ट्रक्चर करना है, सुपर स्ट्रक्चर करना है, सब स्ट्रक्चर में अर्थवर्क है, पीसीसी, आरसीसी, एंड सो ऑन एंड सो फोर्थ. So you will get the overall picture about the project, and that we have to prepare in a Excel. After completion of this one, then you have to prepare the list of activities. हमें कौन-कौन सा काम करना है, that you have to prepare the list. And this is the simple bar chart you can prepare in the Excel. How many activities you have to add? Here I have just shown 21. It would be 2,000, 3,000. But at the same time, don't use the Excel sheet for the minute level, because this is not the feasibility, or it's not feasible to use for small activities. There are softwares are available, but before entering anything into the software, you have to use the Excel sheet. For example, if I'm changing the durations of this excavation and it has not 5 days, it's 8 days, ultimately my bar will get changed and so on. Okay, but again, you just don't expect that if one bar is extending, remaining all bars has to be extended. You can prepare that dynamic part. You have to put a programming part. Okay, but yes, definitely that we can understand how is the sequence, how is the flow of all activities, that we can understand from this bar chart. Moving ahead, after completion of the bar chart, that you can prepare the cash flow. As I mentioned earlier also, that the top management, they are interested at how much is the cost. Let me just again show here. For example, let me just put it in a different way so that we can understand. This is the timeline. From this timeline, how much is the overall, or what is the overall budgeted cost? This is the as per plan, but your actual graph could be go somewhere here. In that case, you can figure out that, yes, this is my actual cost. Why the difference is like this? What's the problem? Either the graph will go up or down or will remain same, depends on the site condition. But from this, you can understand that how much cost I need in the first month, second month, third month, and so on and so forth. And this is the graph we can go for the cumulative. So like this, you can understand how is the health of the project from the start to the end, that you can understand. Then you can produce the key performance indicator. You can see that how is the work going on for the steel work. So these are all this graph that you can generate with the Excel. And the top management, again, I'm telling you, the top management, they are not interested to go in detail. They need only summary level of data. As per my understanding, at least in Pune city, that almost 95% of the contractors and builders, they are using Excel sheet to get dashboards, to get understand about the progress of the activities. But beautifully that you can prepare all this graph. How to prepare, that is a secondary part. But first of all, what you can prepare and how to interpret it, that you can understand. So like this, you can prepare, depends on this data. You can prepare, again, different graph where you can understand how much is the work done in each and every month. You can prepare that in the month of September and October, that the maximum work has been completed on site. So this is the major part. Then you can see here in the month of March, we have done the less work. Similarly, that you can find out if at the company level, at this point, you can see here, this is the company level. For that company level, these are all the costing part for each and every project. If I'm dealing with all this project, out of that, which is the costly project. So this is the costly project, and I have to deal, and I have to just see the priority of this project. Similarly, that how is my cement consumption? And for any project, the material consumptions will be slightly go, one peak point will come and it will again come down. But ultimately, I can understand that how much is my cement consumption. I have to place the order. It's not that I need, for example, 900 bags in the month of maybe the May, I will go in a shop and I will order. No, it's not the case. So you must know the moment you have placed the order and getting back that cement on a site, how much time is required, that we must know. That is the lead time, and we have to manage it. We can understand how much is the steel required, cements required on a site. Similarly, how much is the steel required in each every month, we can see graphically. Then you can prepare the histogram about all this, the steel quantities. We can use the number of carpenter. This is the example, just simple example about the carpenters. We can see on a screen that this is the plan. You can see the legend at the bottom, that the plan carpenter and actual carpenter. Throughout the project, we can see that this was my plan carpenter, and these are the all actual carpenter, and there's a deviation. Why there's a deviation? Why the carpenter, number of carpenter we are not getting? So always the top management, they will ask the question, why there's a difference between the plan work and the actual work, right? And so, but ultimately, if you have the right data, there will be the right conclusion. If you have the wrong data, in that case, it would be a wrong conclusion. And so that you have to present all this data with the help of Excel nicely. Sometimes you have to prepare a different bubble chart to understand maybe the priority of the project. And so in this case, maybe, for example, you can just figure out if in the month of February, that if you have utilized the cement 600, it's dynamic, it will get changed, it will highlight in which month you have spent maximum steel, that you can just find out. So these were few picture application in a construction management. Let me again just go back. Okay, so in all these areas, you can use it. In case of the scope, schedule, cost, quality, then the resources, how many resources we require, you have to plan it, the communication, risk. It's a very good thing that you have to identify the risk and you have to do the analysis, the procurement, the people involving. So these are the area where you can use Excel efficiently. So this was about the Excel. Now, as here at the Constro Training Institute, we are providing the training and the skill development for the MS project, Ramavira, quantity survey, then the BIM, Revit architecture, then the PMP, the CAPM, and the advanced Excel. So this was my presentation about application of Excel sheet. Now I'm expecting questions from all participants, and I will address all the questions, whatever the questions that you will have about the career, about the application of the Excel. So you please open up and just let me know your questions.
Sir, I will start with a question.
Okay.
Dr. S.K. Patil here. Sir, Excel is being used everywhere, we know. But
Yes,
with respect to quantity survey and estimation, what are the names of softwares being preferred by the various industries which are used for quantity survey estimation and valuation?
Okay. Number one, the software is being used, the Candy software. Number two is Autodesk is a quantity takeoff. And there are other software, which is, again, you can use maybe in case of the SAP also that we can find out. So the popularity of all the software is not good in Indian condition, because as I mentioned that almost 90% of people, they prefer Excel, because what happens if you have learned Candy software, estimation software, there is no guarantee that that same software can be used in another company. And that's the problem. But 100% sure that if you know how to do the Excel, how to do the estimation in Excel, that can be applied anywhere. And so that the software is not much popular. But yes, definitely for the software also, they are very powerful, because just imagine, no need to do for any estimation, any BBS, just the software will refer the plan or the drawings. So if you have the drawings, this you have to put the drawing in a proper format to the software, and from the software you will get all the quantities ready-made. But here there's a risk. What is the risk? You have to provide the correct data in a proper format to the software, then you will get the output. But yes, the softwares are being used, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. I hope I have cleared your doubt, sir.
Yes, sir, sure.
Okay. All participants, if you have any question, you please get it clear. And one more thing, Patil sir, before we go for any software, every engineer must know that how to prepare the estimation manually. And when they are preparing manually, then if there are any error or any problems, they can figure out easily after observing the data if they're getting from the software. So for the checking purpose, definitely that you must know manually. Then you can go for estimation software.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Kamlesh sir, any questions from the participant?
Yes, sir. If anybody want to ask related to the sir session, RD sir sessions, you can type your message in the chat box.
Okay. All participants
can ask.
Okay, you can ask the question in Marathi, Hindi, English, any language. Feel free to ask the question. Nothing will happen, because the purpose of this webinar is that you should open up, you get understand. If you have any issues about your maybe the issues related to the career, please be open, because we are there to help you, because we have seen industry and so that we can just help you. It will be easy for you to take your decisions. Hello, Kamlesh sir, any questions so far or no questions?
Sir, I have one question.
Okay, sir.
If anybody want to set a firm,
Okay,
especially in the field of quantity estimation as well as in construction management, then what approach he should prefer, or which skill he can acquire, or directly after passing or getting the B degree, can he become the consultant, or he has to get an expertise or any experience?
Okay. So ultimately, sir, you are asking that when any person can start his own startup or business. Am I right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. So obviously, first, after completion of the graduation, I will strongly recommend that you have to complete at least one project in an execution, one project, and that will be from the start of one of the project to the end of the one of the project. Means a complete cycle of any project that you should, or the students should complete, because you must know that before starting the project, from the execution to the finishing of any item, that we must know execution. And there's one thing. Then number two, develop the skills required to start the company. Maybe in the beginning that you have to do everything by your own, but one point will come where you have to just manage. You please understand this triangle. If you want to start a company, there are three parts which is here. If you are sitting here as a one person, then this is the technical person, it's a middle management, it's a top management. As a top management, you should know how to take a decisions, depends on the conditions. Here, maximum at the bottom, that you should have all this technical, but to start a company, that focus on the managerial skill, management skill, and all this management skill that you will get it from this execution. You will not learn all this management skill just by referring any Google or just by referring any read. You have to face the actual problem, understand it, develop the attitude, develop the skills, and one point will come that yes, and confidence will come, yes, now I can start my company. At that point, you can start your own company. But that is very risky part, because most of the time people, if they join any company, they are getting saturated over the years, 5 years, 10 years, and they will think later on that why we should take a risk. Whenever you are starting a business, you are taking a risk, and if you are taking a risk, there is a more earning. If you don't want to take a risk, be there. Like entire life you spend as a engineer in one of the company, but just don't regret later on. But definitely, it depends on your attitude. If you want to take a challenge, start your own business, but have a patience and take a calculated risk. Sir, I hope I have cleared the doubt. Those who want to start the setup.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Because in every city, we are seeing that structural engineering consultants are working at a maximum extent. But there is a lack or very less availability, or student, or everybody is still not knowing that there is a huge opportunity in the field of construction management. That's what I feel, sir.
Yeah, and the opportunity is that anyone can do the good estimation. Anybody can do the good, maybe the presentation, or they can learn, they can present it, any project, find out the costing part, complete the project with the quality. So apart from the structure part, these are all the areas. See, the structure part will be support for the execution. Execution is the main hardcore of the construction. If there is no execution, there is no planning engineer, there is no structure engineer, there is no estimation, nothing. So first of all, you understand, you can manage the execution part, and you can provide the consultancy in a execution, in a estimation, in a billing part, in a project management. There are all these areas, but we must know what is the requirement. You can create the requirement. Okay, sir, hope I have cleared your doubt. Hello?
Yes, sir, certainly. I think most of the doubts are cleared. And I think these diploma students and second year students are somewhat reluctant to ask any questions.
Okay. No issues. But one thing I would like to just inform to all students. See, it's your career. You please understand. You just ask a single question. One single question. That question is that why you are learning, why you are taking the education, and what is the purpose, ultimately what is the output, and what I will get it, and which are the skills I will develop from the career. Ultimately, whenever you want to get a job, your skills matter. 100% your skills matter, not your degree. Degree is the bare minimum. Degree is there, degree or diploma or degree, whatever. But ultimately, you have to focus on only the skills. And this skill could be anything, like a estimation, maybe the BBS, maybe the planning part, anything. But be perfect in one of the skill where you can do the career. That is the only one thing that I would like to tell you, because till your graduation, there is no problem. The problem will start the moment you are starting the searching for the job, right? And so that's a problem. I think, sir, I have used some maybe some harsh words to just explain about their career, but that's the reality, sir.
Yes, sir. That should have been told by somebody. Actually, we have been telling it to students. Probably the same summary we can just revise again. That career is there in every field of civil engineering. Only thing is you have to work in a field where you like, you will be more interested. What will be your strength? You have to identify. Okay, and nobody can do that for you. You have to do it on your own.
Yes,
to find the field.
Yes. And whichever the career that the student are selecting, it's not that in the beginning that I have started the career as estimator. Later on, it can be changed, no problem. But ultimately, that you first give your 100% in an estimation. I'm just giving example so that we can understand. Later on, you will just maybe work as the planning engineer. Later on, you will work as a project manager, right? So these are all the steps that you can just achieve. But whenever you want to do any career for the estimation or the planning or the billing or anything, you always ask the question, why I'm doing it, what I'm getting it, whether my whether I have the strengths to complete it, can I give justifications? And ultimately, again, coming back, so throughout your life, you have to develop the skill. And see, friends, till the death, we are learning. It doesn't mean that you have to spend maximum time in one area. I have seen diploma people, they work as a supervisor for 5 years, then a junior engineer, then slowly their growth is slow as compared to Bachelor of Engineers, right? But the qualification is less important. What is most important, again, I'm telling you that you develop the skills for that position, right? And then see the growth in a career. Sir, over to you.
Very kind, sir.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much, Adi sir, for your valuable guidance, especially in the area of construction management as well as in the area of quantity estimation. And I hope that one thing all the participants that have learned from this session is that you are knowing that various things are happening at the site. Hence, with the help of using advanced construction techniques, as well as if you learn the skills that are necessary to become expertise in the field of quantity estimation, all the things very well explained by Adi sir. And hence, one note line or one highlight I want to share with you that during the graduation, you are going to learn the various knowledge of various subjects, but acquiring skill is a different part. It depends on your interest. It depends on your choice. Hence, sir has perfectly explained about the areas where you can choose or enhance your career as an quantity estimator. Thank you so much once again, Adi sir, from Department of Civil Engineering, Gharda Institute of Technology. Thank you once again.
Okay. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for attending the session. Thank you. Take care. Bye.